This is Dylan from Shoulders of Giants, and I'm back with another video about Bitcoin, but this time it's Bitcoin versus Ethereum and not just Bitcoin. Sorry for the um, MIA for the last few months. I was really busy and I took the time to kind of read a lot, delve deeper into the cryptocurrency space and also general investing space. So I hope my insights today that I can share with you will help you in your journey. But just a disclaimer, I'm not a registered financial advisor or anything. All this is all for educational purposes. So remember that when it comes to investing, it's your own money. So make sure you do your own due diligence and invest safe. So let's get started. Bitcoin versus Ethereum, which is better? So I've been getting a lot of questions from my friends about like, oh, is it worth it to invest in Ethereum? Since Bitcoin has went up so high, why don't I just invest in Ethereum, right? So in my last video, I said, yes, you should invest in Bitcoin because you want to have like an insurance plan outside the financial system in case a government mess up their calculations in their monetary policy. So Bitcoin is used as like an insurance against a government monetary policy. And you should invest in Bitcoin because like you think it will replace gold and you see it as a future store of value. And as you know, a lot of institutions have been pouring money into Bitcoin. As you know, MicroStrategy, a public company in the US, they put their whole balance sheet into Bitcoin. And recently, Tesla also bought some Bitcoin. So, and then there's like insurance companies like Mass Mutual and some banks also are going to put money into Bitcoin. So, if you think about it, these big institutions are already pouring money into it, so they must know something better than I do. So maybe there's something there. So those are the reasons you want to invest in Bitcoin. And these are the reasons you don't want to invest in Bitcoin. So if you think that Bitcoin is just pure speculation, there's no intrinsic value. It's not like gold where it's shiny, you can hold it, you can make jewelry and stuff like that. And you don't want to invest in Bitcoin because you think governments, they're doing their job, they are holding up the economy, they are running their interest rates, their fiscal policy, monetary policy, and you think they are solid. And if you prefer more traditional assets like real estate and gold, then you can prefer to go into those asset classes, and you don't want Bitcoin, and it's totally fine. So today I want to introduce what is Ethereum. In short, right, without going too much into details, you can think of Ethereum as the fuel, like the gasoline to run a super decentralized computer. So I say super because there's a lot of nodes around the world, and each node is like a computer somewhere around the world, and they help run applications on the Ethereum network. So you can think that you need Ethereum to pay these many computers to confirm your transactions on the Ethereum network. So one of the reasons why the price of Ethereum went up quite significantly recently is because of the boom of this thing called decentralized finance, or in short, they call it DeFi. So what is decentralized finance? You can think of decentralized finance as just a traditional banking industry, like things like giving out loans, borrowing loans, anything that the traditional bank can do, like deposits, give interest, savings account, checking account, but it's run decentralizedly on the Ethereum network. So to me, comparing Bitcoin to Ethereum is like comparing apples to oranges. They are two very different things, but yet people like to compare them together. So why are they different? So what is the narrative of Bitcoin? The narrative of Bitcoin is that Bitcoin will be the next digital gold. So when you think about gold, it's a non-producing asset. Yes, it's shiny, but it doesn't produce anything. And it's used by institution investing funds and sometimes government bodies like some states and cities, they want to use it and they put money into it and they store it as a store of value asset. So Bitcoin is a non-producing asset, and so there's no operational risk involved. It's not like a stock of a company where you see the company producing sales and stuff like that. It's not like what do you say? It's not like a real estate, right? It's not like a house where you have to maintain it. Suddenly the roof broke or like there's pipes leakage, and those are all operational risks. Bitcoin is just an asset class that is sitting there storing the value for you, that you can ensure that the supply will not be inflated because there's only 21 million Bitcoin out there. Now let's see what's the narrative of Ethereum. So the narrative of Ethereum is very different. Ethereum aims to be the backbone of the decentralized application world. So in a way, you can think of the decentralized network, right, as the next generation of the internet. Whether it will actually take over the current internet, no one knows. But some people speculate that it will, because they say in the future everything will be decentralized. We don't need a central authority to approve transactions. So the future of finance and other useful products will be built on the Ethereum network. These are Ethereum believers, what they say. So you can think of like loans like lending and borrowing will be on the Ethereum network, mortgage and rental settlements. Since Ethereum is like a programmable money, you can do things like make a contract with your rental tenant and say by this date a certain amount of money will be credited to my account, and no authority is needed for it because it's programmable. And you can do things like legal documents as well. Let's say like by as if I register my copyright of this patent in this thing, and then this code will be belong to you, and then you pay a certain money, and then the transaction is approved on the Ethereum network. And you can do things like programmable government aids. Let's say the government say, "Oh, we'll give out like 500 ringgit, but you have to spend in the next 30 days." And then this next 30 days can be programmed into the money. So you can think of Ethereum as the backbone of the decentralized application world. So now that you know the slight difference of Bitcoin and Ethereum, so I'll just briefly say like what I would do. Personally, I'm still hesitant on Ethereum because I see it's not as a mature product and it's sort of in a beta phase. If you compare to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is an asset that is already been going on for roughly 12 years now. It started in 2009, so at the end of this year, right, 2021, it's going to be around 12 years already. And Ethereum started in 2017, so it's not that long. And there's still, when Ethereum started off, it didn't aim to actually replace Bitcoin as a store of value. At the time, Bitcoin's narrative was still very shaky. People were thinking, it's like, is it going to be a digital gold or is it going to be a currency? So Ethereum, they want to try to be all at once. They want to be programmable money. They want to be a currency. But it's like, because they're doing so many things at once, they didn't think through like deeply on every part of the network. And now there's this thing, because Ethereum is started off relatively shaky too. Now the fees for the transactions on the Ethereum network is sky high. This is because Ethereum also suffer the same thing as Bitcoin, where each block size is not that big, so it only can put like certain transactions in each block. But the thing about Ethereum is that there's way more people trying to do transactions on the Ethereum network. For Bitcoin, people usually only transfer big amounts and they transfer like not that regularly like Ethereum. Ethereum is like everyone trying to transfer, make transactions on it, like lending, borrowing, making interest, this and that. So the developers of Ethereum, they're trying to move to a new network called Ethereum 2.0 with a different protocol called Proof of Stake. The old protocol is called Proof of Work, which is the same as the Bitcoin's protocol. I don't want to go too much in details into these protocols, but there's a lot of resources on the internet. You just need to Google Proof of Work versus Proof of Stake. And another reason is there are a bunch of competitors for Ethereum, like other blockchains like Cardano, Polkadot, and etc. So it's still time will tell whether Ethereum will win or not in the decentralized application space. But so far, they are the top winner and the top market share for decentralized application. Is the reason they are at the top because they are just the first mover, or is because they are the best? Right now, I think it's just because they are the first mover. Because as I look into Cardano and Polkadot, they have way more like sophisticated structure in their network, and to reduce costs and to make everything more smooth. So I would say Ethereum has the first mover advantage. So is it going to be like the MySpace or the Facebook, right? You know, MySpace came way before Facebook, but they weren't the leader. So is Ethereum going to be like that? Only time will tell, right? So that said, right, I'm still very impressed by the Ethereum ecosystem. Why am I impressed? Because there are a lot of developers, there are a lot of smart people on the Ethereum network, and they are actually working really hard to make decentralized application on it. But the thing is, developers, they are incentivized to also when they make an application, right? If let's say there's a new network, a nicer network come along, and it's easy to port over to the nice network. So maybe they will port it over too. So it doesn't mean that they'll stay on the Ethereum network forever. So what am I going to do? I don't mind putting some of my crypto portfolio into Ethereum, but I only consider it as a speculative bet. So, and it's very different from my reasoning on investing in Bitcoin. When I invest in Bitcoin, I invest it as a asset class to be a store of value. When I invest into Ethereum, I'm like betting on a new company, right? A new company. I'm betting that it might succeed, but I don't know whether it will succeed or not. So right now I'm comfortable for up to an 80-20 split between Bitcoin and Ethereum in my crypto portfolio. So in conclusion, so what we learned today, Bitcoin and Ethereum are two very different things, and I want all my audience to know that you make sure you understand what you're investing in, and don't just think that they are just the same thing. In your mind, maybe all cryptocurrency is the same thing, but some of them they do very different things, and in particularly Bitcoin versus Ethereum, they are very different. So remember to always ensure that you are only investing what you're comfortable not needing in the near term. So if you need your money in the next few months, right, don't put that money into crypto. And always remember that there are risks involved in cryptocurrency. And yep, that's all today. I hope you learned something, and be safe and keep on learning. And let me know in the comments if you find this video helpful, and like and subscribe. And if you want me to go deeper into any of the crypto topics, please let me know in the comments. And right, thank you for the day, and have a nice day.